Jim Perry. So, I actually know some of the staff here, and of course know the comics. They're making fun of me before the show. I want to see if you guys agree. I was told I look like a youth pastor. Fuck you, lady fucker. A youth pastor if he had a cocaine problem. I was also told I looked like Nicolas Cage if he had a vitamin D deficiency. And then the best one was Forbes, I have to give it to him. He said I looked like Stephen Baldwin if he was from Apache Junction. I'm from the Midwest. Are you Midwest people? Minnesota? That's where they make white people. Where's my Mormons at? Mormons? I know you're here. I saw some bicycles double parked outside. I actually do comedy all across the country. I just got back from a third world country. Yeah, Yuma, Arizona. Oh my gosh, have we been to this town? It's like the fucking Star Wars cantina. That is the only town in Arizona that if you have all your teeth, they look at you like you're suspicious. So I got pulled over. I was speeding. Cop walks up, Yuma Police Department, and he goes, "Why are you going so fast?" And I totally lied, all right? And I was like, "Oh, my wife called. She said the front window was broken, and she thinks a burglar's still inside the house." Swear to God, this cop goes, "Let's get this fucker." Guys, he makes me follow him lights and siren to the house. I call the wife in a panic. I'm like, "Weird request. I need you to break out the front window." My poor son that was taking a nap got arrested for a felony. So that's I was doing a comedy show at the comedy club down there. It's called Giggles Comedy Spot. And they refer to this place in Yuma, Arizona as the G-Spot for comedy. I told my wife I was going to the G-Spot. She's like, "I'm just glad you finally found it." But I was bombing. I was not doing well. And there's a guy in the front row in a wheelchair. I did so bad, he stood up and walked out. I'm actually kind of excited, a little bit nervous today. We just found out in the back, I found out I got a deal with Netflix. Yeah, they told me my first month is free. And after that, only $19.99 a month. So some of you are excited for me. This is good. I love this audience. This is so good. We have like every type of music here. Look around. We got the younger people. You guys like download your music. We got a lot of CDs and cassettes. Fucking 8-track right here. Oh shit, Phonograph is here. There it is. You can laugh louder, he can't hear you. This is fun. We got millennials, a colonial, we're having a good time. And then fucking, is this like a scissor situation? Is it really? Fucking nice. Yeah. Good job. No, wait, I was like, ew. Did he just sniff his hand? Wait, is she Cinnamon? She's the one that got her anal glands expressed up here? You guys look like the Desperate Housewives of Scottsdale. Fucked up PTA meeting, I'm not sure. Where's my parents? Parents in the room? Yeah? Who's got the most kids? More than like 3 or 4 kids. Anybody? You got 4? Did you hear the dad? Some over there? Oh, this was your son, right? This is the one we wish we swallowed? This is the laundry boy dating his girlfriend? I can tell you guys are dating, you're smiling, got hope and shit. That's good. That's good. 4 kids, man, that's too much. What are their ages, loud or proud?
13, 15, 18, 20.
Sound like lotto numbers, didn't it? I have 2 teenage boys. Is this a young joke with young people? My son comes up to me and he goes, Dad, who sings the song Radioactive? And I'm like, Imagine Dragons. He goes, Imagine Dragons, these nuts cross your face. What the fuck does that mean, man? Same kid, same conversation goes, Dad, when you die, do I get an inheritance? And I told him, yeah, but I want to be honest with all you guys, that check is gonna fucking bounce. Fuck that kid. I'll never forget when we got pregnant with my son. My wife wanted to talk about baby names. And she goes, what do you think of the baby name Jamal or Kareem? And I was like, I'm thinking, is this my baby? But we're in his bedroom yesterday cleaning and we came across a Magnum-sized condom. Now I know Jamal is not my baby. We took him to Disneyland. We're on that roller coaster that's in the dark. I always forget the name of it, Space Mountain. So we're on Space Mountain. Mid-ride, we hear a 12-year-old girl screaming at the top of her lungs. And then we realized I was that 12-year-old girl. But guys, I look over and my son, mid-ride, is text messaging on his phone. Mid-ride. And then it made me realize how I'm going to die. I'm going to be on life support. And he's going to unplug me to charge that fucking phone. And my one son's developing a gambling problem. He bet on the Super Bowl. He's been betting on scratch-off tickets. And I'm like, I got to figure something out. So we're at church. And I go up to him and I said, hey, I bet you $100 someone's phone is going to go off in service. He takes the bet. So I fucking went to the bathroom and called him. Fuck that kid, man. My kids are gross. Is he gross? Yes. Yeah. You're getting thrown under a bus, brother. My kids are gross. All my kids do is play video games and masturbate. That's all my kids do. I don't know why I said masturbate. I stared at you, so. Don't lick your lips. That's weird. Don't do that. They do. All they do is play video games and masturbate. Guys, we don't have a washcloth in the house that folds correctly. Last time I washed my face, I cut my fucking eye. And I know my one son has a masturbation problem. We bought him a Fitbit for his birthday. That motherfucker averages 75,000 steps a day. They got 2 socks in the room I think are pregnant. It's fucking... Who's been married the longest? Anyone over 20 years here? Married over 20? All right here. Photograph part 2. Nice. How long, sir? 26 years? That's great. How many are you guys? 30. Oh, she was like, fuck you. It's been 30. So. I was at a show last night, and this couple had been married 73 years. And I asked the husband, I go, what's the secret to marriage? And he goes, communication and always understanding each other. I asked the wife the same question. She goes, no habla inglés. Pretty good. I've been married, we just celebrated. I've been married 29 years. 29 years. I married my high school sweetheart. I was her teacher. She wanted the A, I gave her the D. Just a joke. Just a joke. I was her youth pastor. I was her youth pastor. I'm in trouble with my wife, man. We were at the mall and we're shopping for dresses. And she asked me that question no man should get. She goes, do I look fat in this dress? And I don't know what I was thinking. I was trying to be funny and I was like, it depends. And she goes, I go, it depends on what? And she says, it's $1,300. And I was like, no. Fuck that. I was like, fuck that, Lizzo. I'm not doing that. Photograph part 2. Do you guys fart in front of each other? Do you fart in front of each other?
I want to fart in front of me.
No? You answer that like you shit in front of each other. I farted in front of the wife like 2 weeks ago, and she goes, "You're disgusting." She farted this morning, and I'm like, "You're disgusting." And she goes, "That wasn't a fart. That was an angel's whisper." I'm like, "Your angel needs mouthwash. What the fuck?" An angel's whisper. That made me laugh so hard I farted. When we were early on married, man, we would have sex everywhere. We had sex one time on a putting green. Another time was in a tent. And then the most fun for us was actually inside a kayak. Now we're no longer allowed at that Dick's Sporting Goods. What's another couple I can do? Are you guys a couple? Right here? Do you guys role play in the bedroom? You ever role play? You're like, "I'm Al Pacino, say hello to my little friend." She's like, "MC Hammer, don't touch this." I don't know. So my wife and I, we role played. She was Alexa the realtor. And we did not think this out because we have that stupid home automation device. So we're in the middle of doing our thing, right? And I'm like, "Alexa, that's awesome." I said, up and down, sweetheart." My phone rings. It's my neighbor. He's like, "Jim, your garage door is open." You know what the hall pass is? Do you guys do that? The hall pass? So hall pass, if you don't know, means you can have sex with one person outside your marriage. My wife's is Bradley Cooper. Mine, and I just advise that you don't tell your wives this, guys. Don't say her cousin Jessica. That did not work out for me. Who's got crazy family in here? Crazy family, applaud for me. Applaud. Just so you know, if you're not applauding, you're the crazy. So we were at my parents' house for New Year's to watch the balls drop, my dad's. I was like, "Damn, I got a headache." I said, "I need some Tylenol." He goes, "Go in our bedroom in the drawer, grab yourself some Tylenol." Yeah, I went in the wrong fucking drawer. Guys, I opened this drawer up. There's a camouflage condom. Motto on the condom says, "Attention soldier, don't let her see you coming." Next to that was a first generation vibrator. It was a pull start and took gasoline. A bunch of Viagra and Metamucil. My parents don't know if they're coming or going, guys. It's disgusting. I'm gonna have a little fun with you guys since we did improv up here. I think you guys can play along. So we are currently babysitting my little nephew, and he just learned the Diarrhea song. Do you guys remember that song? Yeah? So I want to have a little fun with you guys, so help me out. So remember the first verse? Sliding into first, and you feel a sudden burst. Diarrhea. Diarrhea. Help me out with the next one. Sliding into third, and you feel a sudden turd.
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea. I think we need a verse for us adults. All right? This is my verse. If her dick falls out her skirt, and her name is probably Kurt, gonorrhea. Gonorrhea. That's my favorite joke. Fuck you guys, man. I just had a birthday. I just turned 49 years old. Yeah, my body is changing. I don't know why I looked at you, sir, when I said that. My body's changing. Have you ever seen a hairless cat? My buddy has a hairless cat. It sniffed my phone, unlocked my facial recognition. I don't think that's good. And I'm being depressed about my body changing, so tell me if this is weird. I prepaid for my cremation. Is that weird, prepaying for cremation? I'm having regrets though, prepaying for a cremation, because like, what if I die in a fire? Do I get a refund? I don't know. Where are you going, sir? Are you going to take a shit right now? Thank you, sir. You said yes? Diarrhea. My cardiovascular system is changing, so I'm going to start getting a little dirty on you guys. So we're in the bedroom. My wife and I are doing our thing. I usually wear an Apple Watch, right? I'm 3 pumps in. My Apple Watch goes, "Are you on a walk right now?" I'm like, "No, Siri, I'm having sex." She's like, "Oh, do I need to open Apple Pay?" I swear to God, about a minute goes by. She's like, "Your heart rate is way too high. Calling 911." Now, I tell this joke, no one ever believes me, so I actually brought in my phone. Do you know your phone actually records everything Siri says? So, 3 pumps in.
Your heart rate is high. Are you on a walk, fatty?
Fatty.
If you are having sex, Jim, should I open Apple Pay?
So I did not tell you everything she said at the end. I want to see if you catch it. So about a minute goes by.
Your heartbeats are too high, Jim. Ditch the hooker, calling 911.
Ditch the hooker. Wow. My bathroom habits are changing. Like when I'm being very real with you guys. Forbes said to be honest, I'm going to be honest. When I go to the bathroom, when I go pee, not everything comes out anymore, right? So the thing is, like, I don't know when I'm done. So now, when I go pee, I slap my own ass. What I'm saying, guys, when I go to the bathroom, I look like I'm trying to empty a fucking ketchup bottle. And my poop habits are changing. Like I notice every day I poop now at 5 o'clock in the morning. The problem, I don't get up till 7. Is that a shitty joke? That's a shitty joke. Alright, I wanted to talk about my job a little bit. I'm actually a naval veteran and retired from the police department. Is that a good thing tonight, Beth? Yeah. Photograph, are you a veteran? Did you fight for the North or the South? Which one? I was at a show, and this lady yells out, "Get off the stage, pig." And that's the last time I invite my mother to a show. I tase that bitch. I don't give a shit. You know, I was not an asshole cop. I'd be the first one to tell you there's some out there. They made me the dare officer half of my career. Yeah, we all know how effective that program was. All the comedians you've seen tonight, they were all my students. It's a very special show. They're all here doing their community service. Very proud of them. But I wasn't an asshole cop. They not only made me the dare officer about 13 years ago, what's ironic is I got my medical marijuana card. Do you realize what I'm telling you guys though? I told these crack pipes, I told these kids for years to just say no to drugs. It was my turn and I was like, fuck yeah! And I wasn't good with the pot, man. I smoked way too much of it one time. I'm walking down the street to pick up my daughter from middle school. Yeah, I don't have a daughter, so. I told you that my mom heckled me and said pig, and she really did, but she did it in fun. I get off stage and I'm like, "Ma," I go, "Really, you're gonna heckle me at my show?" And she goes, "Take a joke, Jimmy." She goes, "You need to know that those girls I was sitting next to, they said that you look like that cop from the movies." And I got all excited and I was like, "Oh, like a young Mel Gibson from Lethal Weapon?" And she said, "No, they said a Paul Blart Mall." What the fuck is that? Are you guys cat people or dog people? Dog? We're excited. We just adopted a dog. We adopted a retired canine officer. Yeah, sounds kind of cute. Not cute when you have a medical marijuana card. We fucking this dog up. Last time I was smoking, I think he wanted to call the police on me. I felt bad. I told the wife, I said, let's hide our stash in the closet. He's a drug-sniffing dog. He found all of it. He ate all of it. I didn't even know dogs could do this. He comes running out of the bedroom. He had the biggest smile on his face. And we know he liked it because when we took him for a walk tonight, he tried to lead us to the Taco Bell drive-thru. We turned this police dog into Snoop Dogg. I think that's pretty good. Oh, you guys are fun. I had crazy people on the police department. I'll tell you a couple of those stories. We had a lady, she was probably like 80, 90 years old, and she files a missing person report for her husband. She comes in 3 days later, she goes, I want to cancel the report. And I was like, oh, we found your husband? And she's like, no, I just don't miss him anymore. Traffic stops or something you have to do in a police department. I had some funny ones. I had a guy one time, he's super intoxicated, and I'm like, sir, I need you to step out of the car. And he goes, I'm too drunk, you get in. People are stupid. People can be very stupid. I had a guy who was like, sir, do you know why I pulled you over? And he goes, oh, because of those 3 felony warrants. Funniest one I had was a guy, I don't know what he was high on, but I was like, sir, do you know why I pulled you over? And he's like, bro, if you don't know. I'm not fucking telling you. And he's sitting in the front row, so there you go. You guys like impressions? I'll try an impression on you guys. Alright, so this is a quiet impression, so if you don't laugh, it's gonna suck. Alright, so this is my impression of everyone in this room when you see a police officer next to you at a red light. Alright? So this is you when you see a police officer next to you at a red light, but in slow motion. Peanut gallery up here. Someone's gonna be fucking topless at a Waffle House. I used to work in Chicago, and we used to deal with celebrities once in a while. Do you guys know who Dennis Rodman is? Dennis Rodman? So I actually pulled him over in the 90s, and he was going like 130 miles an hour on a freeway, and he was in trouble with the NBA at the time. I walk up to the car, and I'm like, Dennis, I said, you know what? I said, you give me a good excuse I've never heard, and I'll let you out of the ticket. And he goes, at 2 o'clock in the morning, he goes, I'm just trying to keep up with traffic. And I said, Dennis, there's no traffic out here. And he's like, that's how far behind. I let him out of the ticket. I thought it was awesome. I used to get in trouble once in a while in the police department. I had a body camera, and it was my goal to have the funniest body camera video. Yeah, and I got in trouble a couple of times. Like one time I had my body camera on, I'm in the bathroom at the urinal, and I get on the radio, Officer Perry, will you please turn your body camera on? I'm like, but I got a call, and this guy was like super, he was just a jerk, and he's like, fuck you, cop, fuck this, fuck that, you're a pig, 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 pig. I put the handcuffs on him, and he urinates himself. I got caught on camera saying, I might be the pig, but you're the one that's gonna wee, wee, wee all the time. I got 3 days off of that shit. But the best one I had, similar, is it was my goal. We had a sergeant that was a bit of a jerk, and he would prank us as officers all the time. They had dared me to prank our sergeant back. So one night, on midnights, he falls asleep. I walk in the break room. He's not only asleep, but he has a half-eaten roast beef sandwich on his chest and a bunch of crumbs. I thought it would be funny to take a picture of him and post it on the department Facebook page. Now, in my defense, I thought it was a private page. It's a public page. But what got me in trouble was the caption. I wrote, "This little piggy had roast beef." I got 5 days off of that shit. You ever sent dick pics? You ever do that? No? You don't want that? No? If you ever send a dick pic, guys, some advice. Do it next to a travel toothpaste. You'll look huge. I sent my wife a dick pic. She just wrote back, "Who dis?" Another time I sent her a dick pic. She's like, "Oh, thank you for reminding me to go to the store and buy baby carrots." My wife treats my penis like the sun. She knows it's there, but she'll never look directly at it. And if she gives a blowjob, she looks like she got a triple dog dare to put her tongue on a frozen flagpole. She will never commit to a blowjob. She always gets down on one knee. She looks like she's protesting a fucking football game. An impression of my wife giving a blowjob. And I'm like, "Will you just give me a regular blowjob?" And she's like, "You're too big." And I'm like, "Really? My dick is too big?" And she's like, "No, your stomach, it fucking suffocates me." Who snorted? Someone snorted. That was you. That's the biggest compliment to a Canadian. You didn't even laugh or breathe. If my next joke you queef, I'll retire right now. You guys have been a lot of fun. Hey, listen, real quick. If you'd like to follow my comedic journey, I'd love to have you. If you're young, you can follow me on Instagram at The Cop Comic. If you're older, you can follow me on Facebook at The Cop Comic, and then Phonograph. You can follow me to Cracker Barrel, all right?